We've spent years exploring the Arizona Sonoran Desert, and along the way, we've met some of the creepiest looking critters. Here's the truth, while a few can be dangerous, most are completely harmless and often friendlier than you'd expect, if you know how to handle them. Spiders are one of the most common fears, and tarantulas, with their large size, can look intimidating at first, but in reality, they're shy and surprisingly gentle. If they feel threatened, they can flick tiny itchy hairs at predators, and while they can bite, for people it's usually no worse than a bee sting. Handled calmly, tarantulas don't want to bite at all. They'd much rather crawl across your hand and then head back to their burrow. They might look scary, but they play an important role in the desert, and when respected, they're more fascinating than frightening. Speaking of common fears, here's one of the biggest snakes in the desert, the bullsnake. With their rattlesnake-like patterns, loud hiss, and even the way they shake their tails, it's easy to mistake them for something dangerous. But don't worry, bullsnakes are completely harmless to people. They don't use venom at all. Instead, they hunt mice and rats by wrapping around them, making them a big help in keeping rodent populations in check. And, as you can see, when handled gently, they're calm and curious and even friendly. Proof that snakes aren't the scary monsters people think they are. At first glance, this little guy looks like a fat toad with horns, but he's actually a lizard. Nicknamed the horny toad, horned lizards use their amazing camouflage to blend into rocks and sand, while their horns help keep predators away. Some species even have a wild defense. They can squirt a tiny stream of blood from their eyes to confuse attackers, though they rarely do that around people. They may look like little monsters, but most of the time, they're calm, gentle, and harmless. Check out these incredible Turantula Hawks. Big, bold wasps with a wild look, and one of the most painful stings in the desert. They get their name from hunting tarantulas, but despite that fierce reputation, they don't chase people or attack unless you mess with them. See how close we get with no signs of aggression? Proof they're harmless when left alone. Also found in the trees? Here's a cicada, the desert's loudest insect. They spend years underground, then come out to sing their buzzing songs in the summer heat. And even though they sound wild, cicadas are totally harmless. This desert millipede may look a bit creepy with all those little legs, but unlike centipedes, it doesn't bite. Instead, it curls up and lets off a smelly chemical to keep predators away. They're harmless to people and act as tiny recyclers, breaking down plants and keeping the desert clean. Check out this Hubbard's silk moth caterpillar, a striking sight in the Sonoran Desert. Its bright green body with a red stripe and sharp shiny spines give it a unique look. The spines are a defense against predators, but as long as you don't touch them, which can be a bit irritating to the skin, the caterpillar is harmless. Eventually, it transforms into a beautiful moth. Here we have a green June beetle, sporting shiny metallic armor that glints in the sunlight. Its vibrant green back and even brighter green and red underside make it look like a tiny blinged out tank. They can bite, but rarely do, and are harmless to people. This sleek little desert resident is a night snake, also called a glossy snake. Its shiny scales almost look polished. It does have mild venom, but it's rear-fanged, so even if it bites, which it usually won't, it would have to chew to do anything. And honestly, even then, it's less noticeable than a bee sting. Mostly shy, it spends its nights hunting tiny lizards and rodents. Meet the Palo Verde beetle, one of North America's largest beetles, reaching 3 to 5 inches long. With its glossy black body, long spiny legs, and impressive antennae, it might look like a creature from a sci-fi movie. But despite its intimidating appearance, this beetle is a gentle giant. While it can bite if provoked, the bite is mild, more of a pinch than a sting, and poses no real danger to humans. In fact, after several attempts, our beetle was reluctant to bite at all.
I heard some. Oh yeah, wow! It broke skin!
Handled gently, it crawled calmly across our hands, showing no aggression. These beetles are nocturnal and spend most of their short adult lives mating and laying eggs. Their larvae, called grubs, live underground for 2 to 4 years, feeding on tree roots. So while they may look fierce, Palo Verde beetles are surprisingly friendly and play an important role in the desert ecosystem. There it goes flying. One of those big beetles are flying right there. Oh my gosh, it's the biggest one I've ever seen. Look at that thing.
Oh man, that one's massive. Holy cow.
If you thought these desert creepy crawlies were intense, just wait until the sun goes down. Things get even wilder at night. There's a wolf spider on Jack Jack's head. We were trying to figure out where it went, and we found it on his face.
You hold them. You hold them on your head.
Yeah. I want to hold it on my head a long time.
You want to hold them on your head a long time?